So the next system that we're going to talk about briefly is the content system. And we talked about SEO a little bit in your website system. And the long story short is that Google needs to be able to find you. And in order to find you, you need to be putting good, relevant content out on the internet. Now, the definition of content spans a spectrum of different things. Content can be a video that you post on YouTube. It could be a blog post. It could be an image that gets pinned to Pinterest. There are a lot of different things like that. But one of the main things that we think about when we talk about content is a blog. So one of the first questions I get from people is, do I need to blog? My answer to that question is not always yes, because I realize that blogging is not for everyone. But a blog is a great place to educate a potential client or customer on your product or service offering or the problem that you're helping them solve in their lives. So I typically lean to the answer of, if you don't have a blog, you might be missing out on an opportunity to engage with your customer. So for purposes of broad strokes and generalizing things, I'm going to say yes, you need a blog. And if you'll remember back to what we talked about in the newsletter email, you can use the same content on your blog as in your newsletter. So you don't have to duplicate your writing efforts there. The next question I get is, I don't have time to blog and I'm not very consistent about blogging. And I hear you, it's hard for me too. My friend Jeff Goins, who gave us the intentional blogging course as part of the Biz Designers e-course, recommends a 3-bucket system. And he recommends that every day you sit down and you think about ideas and just make notes about topics that you could write about. Spend a little bit of time in that bucket. Bucket number 2 is actually write something. So the good news is it doesn't have to be good. Just take an idea from bucket number 1 and put some body around it and leave it in bucket number 2.